We back again, man. It's the Real Camden Podcast. It's your host, Kobe Boykin. I got my two co-hosts with me, but we missing one, J Dub, Joe. And we got a
Yup.
special guest today, man. He's well known around the state. From Hartsville, South Carolina. Former LSU guard,
Yeah.
current Motor City Cruise guard, Mr. Trae Hannibal, man. Appreciate you pulling up with us, big dog.
Yes, sir. Yes,
For sure, man. I
sir.
appreciate y'all boys for having me, man. You know it's good. You know it's good.
Yeah, man. Just let the folks know how you living, man. What you been up to.
Well, first, let me correct you. I'm from Elliott, but I grew up in Hartsville. You feel
Okay,
me? So
then.
I'm put that out there. But nah, man, it's been good. Just training summer. You know how that routine go. I was 3 months in Detroit, so feel me. From there, I just came back home and shoot. I just been conditioning heavy. Trying to take my game to the next level. Feel me? You can't get complacent, so just training my mind to stay consistent every day. Stay by it, you feel me? Same rules, abide by the same things I've been doing. So, you just can't cheat the game. So that's really what I've been on. So,
For
All
sure,
right,
man. I
man.
also, before we get into it, I want to ask about the fam, man. How everybody going? Pops, OGs, stuff like that.
nah, for sure, they good, man. I'm telling you, ask about it. For
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
Pop's doing what Pops do. Pops be
Yeah.
on the go. You feel me? Mama, everybody cool. Mama working. You feel me? But that's why I'm working to get her. You feel me? Out of that position. So, you feel me?
Always.
Just got to keep doing what we're doing, man. But everybody good though. How your fam? How everybody
Man, he
going?
good, man. Willie Floyd, being Willie Floyd, he always
Still
help,
Floyd.
always coaching something, man. Always coaching some sport, man. Yeah.
He's
Steady
still
doing
Floyd,
it,
man.
man.
Tell him
So,
I said it was good though.
I
For sure.
got you. I got you.
For sure.
All right, man. So we just want to start off. We want to know who put the ball in your hands for the first time. Were there any other sports that you played growing up besides hoops?
Yeah, so for me, it was different because for me, like I played football, like rec in middle school growing up, and I was better at baseball than I was both of these sports, to be real. So, at some point, like my sophomore year in high school, feel me, I had to put a stop to it. You got to decide what you got that love for. You got to break that up because it get real after your junior, you feel me, that senior year. So, feel me, I put that baseball down, put the football down earlier. Just took what basketball gave me. You feel me? I just thank my uncle for that and my mama because you feel me, them the ones that really put the ball in my hands. So you feel me, and they've been supporting me ever since. So for sure.
To get on that, man, at what point were you like, okay, I can make something out of this basketball for real?
With y'all, when we was in North Carolina at CP3.
Okay.
When we played in CP3, the facility he had.
Yeah, I remember that.
I probably had like 30, but I remember that shit. Like, you feel me? I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But I remember from that tournament on, I was just like, hey, bro, like, because you feel me? I was always younger playing up with y'all, so I was telling
Yeah,
myself,
I was
like,
saying
okay,
we the same
cool.
boat. Yeah.
Feel me? So I was just like, hey, bro, like, hey, you got to make something out of this. You taking it this serious? Feel me? All these, you feel me? High level dudes around you. Feel me? You got to be high level too. So
For
that's
sure,
just how
man.
I took it from there.
I knew. Tell y'all boys like he was a different athlete because it's like this probably seventh grade, no cap.
7th, 8th grade.
So in AAU, your center dunking, like you like, oh, that's crazy. Like, okay, but that's a center, like, but that's still crazy at seventh grade. This man on the break, getting there, I said, ain't no way, but that humbled myself, man. I'm barely touching net backboard, man. This man get on the break seventh grade as a guard. Come
Had to.
on, man. So
So,
Had to, bro.
so is that
Had to.
when, like seventh, eighth grade? I know you were still playing other sports, but is that when it kind of clicked? Like, oh, I'm different on the.
Yeah, because, it was more so like, like my 7th grade year, I played middle school, and like I didn't really play as much. So,
Right, right.
you feel me? I kind of took that personal. So that whole summer, you feel me? I was training and locked in, and then started playing AAU and SC ballers right around that time. So that was perfect. Going into my 8th grade year, once I went to tryouts, and they told me like, yeah, like you ain't playing here, you playing JV.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. Like I see it for what it is, but you just got to take it one day at a time. And luckily, I had the folks around me, you feel me, keep my head straight at a time. So yeah, after 8th grade, it was up. After 8th grade, it was up. So.
All right, man. I got a question for you because like we know you're like you get to the rack, you can finish over defenders. Who did you watch growing up? Like, who was your favorite player? Who are guys you model your game after?
Ron. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Bro. Like, it's so funny because my teammates at Murray State said the same thing. They was like, "Hey, bro, like, I don't think I ever seen somebody that can just sit here and watch straight Thrawn highlights. Like, You know, everybody say Brian ain't got no bag, but like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like, Brian, the second greatest player in history, but like, Brian really got a bag. So like, I really just feel me. I was always strong. You feel me? And Jalen will tell you, bro. Like, I
Yeah.
don't lift weights like that. Like, I'm just country strong. Like,
Yeah.
that's just me. So for me, it was just like, all right, shit. I'm already big, so I might as well, you feel me, just try to pat my game after him. And I just took that mindset he had and just went with it. So it was really Brian. But other than Brian, though, I watched a lot of Kobe, though. It's like, you feel me, I heart myself heavy on defense, you feel me, being hustle guy and stuff like that. But yeah, Brian was really the main reason, because we all know Brian is Brian. You feel me? 20 years doing this, so that longevity, that go a long way.
For sure. I want to kind of get back to that high school ball real quick, man. Coming up, talk about like, hold on, the camp. All right, talk about like the most exciting players, like as far as South Carolina basketball coming up, like in your era of high school ball. Give me like a 3 to 5, or just like, yeah, those guys were.
In that 2018 class,
Yeah,
2019,
around that
which
time
one?
that you was in there. It could be some guys a little bit older, somebody a little bit younger, just like any guys that
So,
you've seen.
for me, we know Ja.
Yeah.
And, shoot, you know, my boy, shoot, Z, that's who I'm with now. That's who I'm training with. So,
Okay.
Zion, shit, Ja. You got Aaron Naismith, you know, Josiah. I looked up to Josiah because, you know, he was the number 1 ranked in my class.
Yeah.
So that was my brother, so I went and played AAU with him. But yeah, you know, Ja, Zion, Aaron, them dudes, you know, they set the table, you feel me? Devontae Shuler, like, I ain't gonna lie, SC got talent, bro.
Yeah, that's what I really wanted to highlight. It was some guys, man. So.
Alex Caldwell, like, we got killers, like, you feel me? Like, you can just go around the line. In my class, it was crazy too. You know, we got Trae Jackson, and dudes like that, Chico, Christian, like Santi. I don't know, bro. I can go down the line. You feel me? So,
Had some
Who's your
guys.
toughest matchup in high school?
probably Shaquille Moore, because I mean, if he was Shaquille Moore, I would say he one of them. He went to North Carolina State. He just finished up at Kansas. But I'm always say John Petty too when he was at Bama, because the game plan we had just did not work at all. So it was just like, you feel me? We had to do what we had to do. And plus, that was my freshman year, so I took what I could with that. You know, I was just thrown in the fire a lot, so I did what I could.
Bro, John Petty was cold, man.
He was
I ain't gonna
cold.
lie, that's all I remember.
He was cold, and people forget they had a team. Like, it wasn't just John Petty. Like, they had, you feel me, JQ. Oh my gosh, they had bigs, they had Noah Gurley, like they had a couple like shooters and like, feel me, solidified dudes. So Bama was definitely one of the ones. So I would say John Petty, he top 1 on my list for sure.
Yeah.
Man, before you got on, I was telling these boys about Tyon football, man. I don't know how much man, Tyon was different, man. Y'all had a different squad, especially when you came up, bro. Tyon was doing it literally since a youngin.
You know what's crazy? Like, you know, like in this college, you know, it's a lot that go on behind closed doors, a lot, you feel me, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So, you feel me? As men, you know, we never know nobody else's situation, but if he would have had this situation right, bro, he probably would have been the best running back other than Alvin Kamara to come out of Tennessee, bro.
Hey, I had never played nobody like him. I told them boys, man.
Bro, like high school, what he did in high school, like you would look at that on paper and just think like he was a creative player, like no faking. Because like the stuff he was doing, he was, you feel me, 4 touchdowns a game, and then he get into college, he's doing the same thing. But like I said, you never know what's going on behind them scenes. So I just wish the best for him. But my boy, he back playing though. He in the Canadian League up there, so he just went up there about a month ago. So shout out to him on that.
Shout out to him for sure.
For sure. But I know he's gonna do what we need to do to get back in that door though. So
Yeah.
but he one of them ones, boy. He one of them ones.
So
Alright,
when
Trae,
you were in high school, my bad, Cole.
Nah, you gotta go, Joe.
No, when you were in high school, you started playing varsity in 9th or 10th grade.
The end of my 9th grade year.
Okay. So what was your career high in high school?
62,
Oh,
24 rebounds.
I was gonna ask you about that.
so
Dang.
when having a game like that, is it just like, is your mind just like out of state? It's just flowing, like, give me the ball and let me work.
I ain't gonna lie. The way everything was flowing, cause so I'm gonna break this down. So the day we played Wilson, we were supposed to play the day before. my homeboy Cuddy, that's at Clemson for football, he broke the rim. Like, he shattered the backboard, like, pregame.
Yeah.
So we had to postpone the game to the next day. So, mind you, we didn't, feel me, we did nothing at school that whole day. So, you feel me, we was chilling, vibes was good. He done broke the rim. So we come back the next day. And it was just something off about it. Like, you feel me, like, I just ain't get the vibe from everybody, same vibe from the day before. But we went out there, and once that first quarter was over, I ain't gonna lie. Well, really, once the first quarter started, and they was already talking crazy, it was just like, yo, like, you gotta lock in. Because I done been there before. I lost there 2 times already, my freshman year and the year before that. So it was just like, yo, like, you gotta go out here and hoop. Because you ain't got nothing to lose now. After this is college. Like, you feel me? And for me, it's like I start tearing up, you feel me, when the game first started. Because they was on the ass a little bit. But, you feel me, that's basketball. But after that first quarter, man, it was, my teammates just told me to rock out. And shit, that's what I did. You feel me? Everything was falling. Midi was falling. You feel me? Free throws, I was 24 for 26 for free throw. Like,
Damn.
I never forget that. Like, you feel me? So I was in that flow state, as they say.
All right, man. So we talked about the 60-20 game, and you talked about sophomore year. That's kind of when you knew you can like do something with basketball. Is that when the recruiting picked up for you?
Yeah,
what was that
definitely.
like?
Definitely. So for me, recruitment picked up like the end of my sophomore year. So I would say once I started playing AAU, because I played with SC Ballers, and I went from there. Once them boys left and they got older, I went to Carolina Wolves. And then when I got to Carolina Wolves, like, that's when I took like that next leap. Because the tournaments we was going to, you know, we was running the dudes. So Anthony Edwards, you name it, like everybody there. What's my guy? He Major League. Jaden Springer from North Carolina, like, all them dudes was, you feel me? They was all at these tournaments. So for me, I'm telling myself, like, dude, this your way in. So 10th grade, man, I took that crazy leap. And I think it started with South Carolina State. And then it went from South Carolina State, it went to Oklahoma State. And then from there, it went to Western Carolina. And after I got the Western Carolina offer, that's when I joined TNP, and I was playing with Josiah. And, you know, he got every coach in America coming to see him. So that's kind of when, you know, my little radar took off. But when South Carolina came into play, and then once they came into play, it was just like, yo, like, I want to stay home. I was bought into what Frank had for me, you feel me? So, like, that's just basically what my mind, you feel me, was telling me and what I was going with. And, you know, for me, we were always young. And if we look back at things, you feel me, we did in the past, we would change them. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. So I guess, like, in that whole situation, you feel me, I had basically nothing against me. So it was just something, like, when I got there my first year, my freshman year of college, it's like, you know, it was what it was, getting the typical freshman treatment. But after that, it was just kind of like, you know, like, why me, in a sense? So it was kind of getting questionable. But at the end of the day, I just told myself, yo, like, you done been in tougher situations than this, so you got to make something out of nothing. And then that's when Murray State came and shit. I started winning again. So, yeah, that's basically how that played out.
Yeah, man. See that. That's SC Ballers, man. Shout out to them guys real quick for them boys. They going to be tuned in. Shout out to everybody that been on the SC Ballers, man. Speaking of that, talk about that group of guys that you always hang around with. I just love to see, especially y'all boys be posting, like, guys that's from around the way, man. Everybody on the hustle and focus, man, and putting on, man. So talk about how you guys just push each other to stay straight and to always be on the ground, whatever hustle your hustle is, man.
Like, for us, I'm gonna be real. Like, for us, I ain't gonna lie. Like, we done had this group chat like this. You feel me? We done had this going on since we left SC Ballers for real. But for us, it's just like, yo, like, we done been in this together. We done been in this since we was jits. So, man, bro, like, them boys, me, Smooth, Ramik, Day, Muda, you feel me? Dog, like, we all, like, you feel me? Everybody got something to do. You feel me? It ain't just no chilling. It's either you feel me? You either getting to the money, or you feel me? You doing what you're supposed to do with your job, your sport. Yeah. Everybody doing what they're supposed to do, and it's like, you feel me? We keep each other straight, and we ain't telling each other what we want to hear. We telling what we need to hear. Like, it ain't no sugarcoating. You feel me? So that's just how we rock.
I think the best lesson for that is especially for like the young guys that's listening, man. Just like your circle, man. That's important, man. You gotta have your circle with like-minded people as far as like how serious you want to take whatever you're doing, man. And then that's just a good representation, like, for the guys that know these guys, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man.
No, 100%. Cause that circle you hang with in high school, I promise they won't be your homeboys 10 years after that, 5 years after that. Like, life go on, bro, with or without them. So That's just how you gotta approach it.
So man.
Yeah,
Sure.
man, I want to take it back to that South Carolina talk. So, man, I was at a couple games. I remember it used to be the student section chanting, "We want Trae, we want Trae." And I know you went to Murray State after that. What was that transfer portal experience like? Just talking for some of the guys that might go away from their school because the situation isn't the best for them.
Nah, well, for me, appreciate you too, and the students. Hey, appreciate you too, cause hey, I ain't
Nah,
had
for
many
sure,
voices
bro.
at times, but nah, for me though, it was just like from South Carolina, like that sophomore year. Once I knew, like, you feel me, like I was out of there, it was like, all right, bro, like you got to be prepared to leave the state, you got to be prepared to leave your family, like you leaving everything behind now. You feel me? Because that was the main purpose of me staying home, wanting to actually, you feel me, get to the next level while being close to home. You feel me? Get my
Mm.
education, do all that, but at the same time, like entering that transfer portal, I felt like, man, that was the best thing I did, like I could have ever did, like. And just for me personally, like, cause going to Murray State, you feel me, it was an eye opener. Like, I was like 9, 10 hours away from the crib, but at the same time, I knew my purpose. Like, you feel me, and I knew at the end of the day, the reward would be way greater. Cause with the team we had, that first day we got there, we all told each other, we was like, yo, like we going to the tournament. Like, and it's no rap, there's no cap in that, cause like we literally had a conversation with each other. Like, me and my boy Skip Juice, like couple of my guys from that Murray State team, we told each other, like, bro, nobody's beating us. Like, if we do what we're supposed to do, nobody's beating us. And that's exactly what we did. We cleaned the table and we went to the tournament, you feel me? Made history, did it, you feel me? Did what we were supposed to do. But, yeah, I thank God for that transfer portal. Because, boy, I need that.
What was that experience like making the tournament? Like a lot of guys can't say that. Only 64 teams make it, and it's like a once in a lifetime experience. Like what was that feeling like when y'all heard y'all's name get called?
That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it was just like, we took what we could from it, but we knew like the job wasn't done, because for us, it was always getting to the tournament, but we wanted to win in the tournament. It was a difference, like, because once you get there, it's hard to win. It's neutral site, like anything can happen, and like for us, we knew like coming from mid-major going into the tournament, everybody was gonna sleep on us. You know how that is, so we took what we could from that, and the rest was history. Because once you get in the tournament, I don't think people realize like the coaches is barely coaching at that point. You just hooping.
Yeah.
Like you just hooping. So it's just flow state at that point. And for us, man, listen, I say once we start winning, once we start getting on the run, like Coach Mack, he let us hoop. And that's what we did when I didn't hoop. So I was always thankful for that experience for sure though. I'm gonna run and put y'all on the couch. We good though. Y'all keep talking.
I was gonna say break that down just a little bit for me when you was talking about it's just hooping. Like, why is that the case in the tourney? Is it because the games are so close together you can't really game plan, or because I never thought about it like that?
Yeah, that you hit it on the head too, because 100%. So you got to think about it. So whenever the tournament going on, the games is back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, it was more so figure out who we playing, go from there, figure out who the main dudes is, you feel me, and stick to the defensive principles, because there's not much you can adjust to at that point. So for us, it's more so like just going in, staying the same, running our plays, but defensively, you just got to stay disciplined, because at this point, we done did this for how many games? 30, 40 games in the season?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing changing but the referees, you feel me? So, you got to hoop.
I got.
You
I
gotta
wanted to
hoop.
also to go back on that South Carolina real quick, man. The rumors was that them boys wanted you to come out there and play football, man. So I want to know if I wanted any thoughts about that, like if that was true, and then like when did you decide to and why did you not play football? Because like you definitely got the physique for that as well, man. So
You want to know what's
run down
crazy?
on that.
If we was in today's era of NIL and what's going on, I would have played back then. But
Oh,
see, it was too much to lose back then, bro. You feel me? Like
yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because practices was already enough.
So they did want you
Practices
to
was
come out
already
there.
enough. Say it again.
I said so they did want you to come out there
Oh,
for
for
play.
sure. For
Okay, I
sure.
know I heard the rumblings, man.
For
Who built
sure.
like Debo Samuel, bro?
Almost every school I went to, they either brought that up jokingly or like they actually wanted me to do that. Like,
That's for
crazy.
sure, bro.
That's crazy. Talk to me though.
Man,
We
so
good?
what was
We
it
good?
like though? What was it like though going from South Carolina to Murray State? 'Cause I know it's like a big difference between like like you said 9 hours away, you away from the fam. I know the city life different than Columbia. So what
Yeah.
was it like?
For me though, I would say the biggest difference was literally leaving home. Like you got to think Murray State. That's 12 hours from the crib from me. So the best thing for me really in that situation is just going out there and staying locked in because it's easy to get distracted. I'm an hour away from Nashville, so main thing is making sure I still have my brothers with me. Making sure I still have my brothers with me. You feel me? That was gonna keep me locked in, like we was just talking about, Jalen. So that was the main thing, and they came out there. Shit, Mood and them boys, they come out there. You feel me? Chop it up.
Man, Moody be
They
on
coming
the
road
move.
games. So I'm my dogs, man. I'm my dogs.
All right.
So, with those transitions, man, being in a couple spots, man, what's some things that you learned like through this process that like other like players, high school players that being recruited should know as far as either making the school choice, like, or like how to balance it when they get to there? Like, what's some things that you learned throughout your experience?
Bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, so we know like it's like the game different from what it was back then to now. Like, you gotta think a lot of these kids is really getting entitled to, you feel me, like the money now. So it's like, man, you gotta keep your purpose, bro. Like, why are you doing this? Are you getting your
Yeah,
education still? Like, are you feel me, still trying to get your folks out the situation they was in? Like, it's a lot that play into it. And for me looking back, that's why I tell myself, like, I committed way too early. But you feel me, everything happens for a reason. And that's when I go back and look at it. Like, now the decisions I make in my life, I really sit back and think before I do it. You feel me? So it's just more so on thinking longevity and not just in the moment, because a lot of these situations and a lot of people that we come across, it just be temporary. So like you gotta treat this life with it. You feel me? Something you every day got to be treated like your last. That's just how I feel. So
for sure, man.
So man, you left Murray State. You go to Louisiana State University, bro. What's LSU like? It's an everything school: football, basketball, baseball. What was that transition like for you then?
shoot, you can see me right now. I'm sweating. It's hot. We in Louisiana, but
No, for sure.
bro, it's 11:30 and it's probably like 95 right now. But besides the heat, I mean, listen, LSU's probably the best school I probably went to in my life. So like it's no sugarcoating that. You feel me? Basketball, from the connections I made business wise to the people I met, teachers, you feel me, friends, everybody, like LSU is different. Like, you feel me? From the basketball standpoint, we had our ups and downs, but you got to take the greater the good out of that. You feel me? You made a way out of no way. So, but you feel me? As an environment, as a school, like as a whole, that's the best school on this earth, is what I think, because it's just so much to do there. Like the school is, big campus. You're gonna love it. You feel me? It's always events. The people there caring. Like the food good out there. Y'all know how that is. Like, you feel me? So you can't miss. It's like you can't miss. The hospitality's solid, and you got New Orleans right here. That's 45 minutes to an hour from Baton Rouge. So come on, like all the sources you got, man, it's different. It's different. But yeah, I appreciated that LSU experience. That was one of the ones. So you feel me? I wish a lot of more things could have went differently, basketball wise, but I did what I could out of every situation. So I know I left an impact out there for sure.
Y'all boys better be careful. That they say LSU across the street from the hood, man.
And listen here. That first week when I got there, we had a meeting about that the first week.
I'm about to say, I be here.
Yeah.
I'm out here to the street, but I be here, bro. What's going on?
Hey,
Your ears they to the right streets.
Come on, man.
Since we on that subject, so after a win, you and your boys, y'all get a good win. Y'all going out. Which city had the best nightlife of your college experience? Most turn.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah, come
I ain't
on.
gonna lie. LSU got the best party school, but I had the best times my freshman and sophomore year at South Carolina. Just because, you feel me, I
Okay.
knew everybody there. I didn't have to, you feel me, sneak around. I didn't have to hide.
Yeah.
But it was more so the perspective, you feel me, the big dogs in the offices in which we, they just, I don't know the perspective they got off of that. But we put the work in. We should have the right to enjoy ourselves, you feel me? So I feel like South
Sure.
Carolina was one of the ones, like, all my guys is here, all my brothers is here, my teammates here, you feel me? They from a different city, so I get to, you feel me, get them something they, you feel me, show them an environment they ain't seen. So, but LSU, I ain't gonna lie, LSU they party Monday through Sunday, so
Man.
that's why. Nah, real talk, like first in Baton Rouge or in Louisiana, period. But we talking college campuses. At LSU, the weekend starts on Wednesday typically. Like it's something going on from Wednesday on forward. Like you never know. So yeah, but them South Carolina and LSU, them peak schools though, they top 3 for sure.
Yeah. Damn, Murray wasn't on that.
Yeah, but you got to think we was in the middle of nowhere though.
Yeah.
So it's like we was partying with everybody from the school, classmates, like you feel me, like
Yeah.
people from like 30 miles out. It was Paducah, like it was never nothing, too crazy. But hey, we was winning. We had, a lot of little house events and stuff like that. But it wasn't too crazy because I mean it's nothing out there. So we was more locked on basketball than anything. Feel me? So, but we got to that tournament. Oh yeah, they beat us back to the apartments before we got there. For sure.
Man,
For
speaking of
sure.
that South Carolina, man, you got any crazy 650 stores stuff like that, man? I used to always want to I always hang around 650 for y'all boys. That's where all the athletes the ones that got paid for
Yeah.
sure that they stayed
See,
at 650.
man. I say the craziest 650 story. All right, let me do the worst and let me
All
do the
right, go
good.
ahead, man.
All right, so the red flag, it was a Saturday night. We all came back from being out, and it was still like this was like early in the school year, so it's still kind of hot.
Yeah.
And we left from, I guess we was downtown, and we came back to 650. The pool in the middle. You got the,
Mm-hmm.
the park garage
Yeah.
rooms, the pool. So, but my room was on the right side. So we looking out the window, everybody by the pool. All right, cool. We finna go out there. Mike Green, that's my roommate, that's my brother. So he gonna tell me for nothing. So I'm like, boom. We go down there, and the pool is only 3.5, 4 feet, mind you. So this a girl comes, you feel me? Sorry to, speak on this, but hopefully she's healthy now. But this girl just decides to, you feel me? She want to jump in the pool, so she starts running from the gate. And the parking garage, the gate. You walk through the gate, and then you go to the pool. Bro, she runs from the gate to the pool. And how we thinking she just finna, like, you feel me? Just jump across the pool. She goes in the pool head first like this. Came up, her neck was broke.
Oh,
You might know who I'm talking about though.
that I feel like this. I gotta
She's a
hear the
swim girl.
name,
She
but
was on the swim team, bro. She took off in the pool and went head first. The pool was only 3.5, 4 feet. Came back up, grabbed it like this.
and
Now
she
you
on
on
the
the swim
swim
team, you
team.
gotta know
That's what I'm
better than that.
saying. Come on.
Come
And
on.
the pool at 650, you can see the bottom from anywhere. Like,
Yeah,
bypass
that's
that.
wild.
Bypass that. So the best story I'll probably say though, the best story at 650, I say, when we beat Kentucky and Jermaine hit that shot, bro, I ain't gonna lie. That
Talk
My
your
was like
mama
the
shit.
was
best
there.
vibes. Say it again.
Talk your shit. Come on.
Nah, yeah, that I was gonna say like when Jermaine had that Kentucky game buzzer beater, and easily when I played in that Florida game, that was probably the best vibes I got for 650.
Thanks for coming. Hey,
Yo,
Like
that
it was
Kentucky game, that was crazy.
Kentucky was
I,
crazy. Like
I
it
remember.
popped
who's
for
that? That threw me off. Oh yeah, bro. Oh, so to get on that 650, see, Trae, I was a PWO at Carolina, so like that's a preferred walk on. So I ain't get to stay where them boys is at, man.
where
But
did y'all stay at? Like when y'all do that
bruh,
though? Like really
I
junior high?
stayed in the middle of. I stayed near the horseshoe, so like I stayed a little ways away.
Like the middle of campus?
By the cafeteria and stuff, like the diner,
Yeah.
like Yeah, like right there. So like whenever I had to go to practice stuff, I got to leave earlier just to get there. But man, I'm telling y'all, 650 had the most in y'all boys. So I always had to find some way to be hanging around that way, man.
It was
Like,
like at 650. Like if you didn't want to be in your room, you could go outside, you could walk around. But at the same time, you probably know somebody, one of them football players. You can just walk up in their room and just kick it with them.
yeah,
Like
yeah. That's
that's
what I'm
just
saying. I'm
how it
always,
is.
I'm always
Burks.
around.
Jordan Burks for me that was perfect. That was my brother. So I used to just leave my room and just go kick it with them boys. Like them football boys, look, man, y'all boys different, bro. Y'all boys different,
sure,
bro.
man.
But that's
For
how it
sure.
go for sure, though, man. That's how it go. I got a question for y'all, though, man. How's this going for y'all? What's the next step for y'all? What's the next step y'all taking?
Man, we just trying to stay consistent, working on getting that in-person set up. But yeah, I just think staying consistent, adding more stuff to like the videos, seeing what the viewers' opinions are. That's the next steps for me.
Nah,
I
for
think
sure, bro.
it's starting up pretty smooth, man. We getting a good base. We always want to add guys like y'all, man, to come back on and do a little spotlight on y'all. So I think we're gonna have it going up, bro, soon. But I think this is a good one though. This gonna be a good session for sure.
I,
For
I
sure.
think we
We could
still
do a
trying
part
to
two,
trying to
too.
make some connections.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we
yeah.
got
For
to.
sure.
Got to.
Talk to me,
Man,
though,
so
Jordan. What you saying?
Nah, I was just saying, I think we still trying to, we just getting off the ground and stuff like that. But like Dub said, the base has been good. We just trying to make connections. So bro, you don't even know how much we appreciate you, bro, for real.
For sure.
100%, 100%. You feel me? My advice to y'all, because I know a bunch of my other homies from the crib, they doing podcasts too. But my advice to y'all, you feel me? Just stay consistent, like you said. Try to record twice, 2 to 3 times a week. Because one of my guys just asked B Hen, they do the Club 720, Club 520 podcast or whatever. He hit him
Mm-hmm.
back and told him like, yo, like make sure you record twice a week, keep your edits going. You feel me? Do as much, like social media. I don't try to do social media as much, but I got to break out of that. But try to do TikTok, try to do all that, try to do all. You feel me? Them socials, like it don't matter. Just keep putting it out there. Like you think people not seeing it, but I'm telling you, people see the stuff you put out. Everybody's on their phone every day, so you got to think, bro. People is gonna scroll by it. They just gonna keep seeing and clicking. So just make sure y'all stay consistent to that, man. And just stay locked in together, man. Y'all know y'all purpose, man. You feel me? Just don't let nobody get in between y'all, try to mess up the business, man. Just keep it professional and just do what y'all do. You feel me? Y'all
For
gonna be
sure.
straight.
For sure. I got an NBA question for you, man.
Talk to me.
What? Cause I think it's crazy. What are your opinions on the draft lottery and what would you change, bro? Cause there's no way the Mavericks need to get the #1 pick, bro. There's no way.
They did that for business purposes, and I'm gonna tell you this: if they would have kept Luka, they probably would have had to go with possibly 1 first rounder and maybe a late second rounder, or possibly just 2 second rounders. So them getting rid of Luka, I ain't gonna lie, that just cleared up so much space in the sense of they need to know how to move within these next couple of years within, you feel me, they budgeting and they marketing, because they would have never got Coop. Let's be real, if they would have still had Luka, they would have never got Coop.
Yeah.
But they got to take what they can with that, because we know AD is capable of getting hurt like that. So ain't no promises on that team, you feel me, being, you feel me, contenders, because we seen for what it is. We just had the Pacers in Oklahoma City Thunder in the finals. Like, we would have never thought that. You feel me? So you just got to take what they could right now. But I like the draft, though. I like the draft. I don't like what Ace Bailey, you feel me, how he was moving, because I feel like he really was a top 2 pick in that draft, because he's tough.
Yeah.
He's tough. Well,
For
top
sure.
3 in my eyes, because, we got Dylan Harper and we got Coop, but Coop was a solidified #1. But I like Ace, bro. Like Ace 6'9", 6'10", you can't teach that. You can score the ball on all 4 levels, bro. Like you can't teach that, bro. Like
How you
but it was still a smooth draft though. I like it. It was
But-
better. I feel like this year's draft was better than last year's draft, man. You feel me?
Way better.
Way better than last year's draft. So
how you like the as far as the lottery process though, as far as like the random, like, so the worst teams, like, they don't have guaranteed chances to get like a top 3 or the #1 pick. Like, it could be a good team that gets the #1 pick. Like, do you like that, or do you think like the bottom contender teams should get those top couple picks?
at this point, the way everybody, this is my perspective. This is an opinion based world now. So at this point, from my perspective, with being in this, like, I feel like now that college players can get meals and you feel me, get the bag, I feel like at this point it doesn't matter who gets drafted because now you got dudes coming from JUCO to high major D1s. You got dudes from JUCOs that's coming and getting more playing time than the high school recruits. You got to think they're not recruiting for high schoolers like that no more unless you 4-star, 5-star. So your lane, your window is already small. So for guys that's literally like just getting drafted, or let's put it like this: look at what's my man, Colin Murray Boyles. Nobody would have ever thought he was gonna be lottery. You feel me?
Yeah.
And congrats to him. But like he was supposed to, they was dropping him to like pick 16, 15 in one of them mocks, like saying he wasn't gonna be able to guard and couldn't shoot, couldn't do this. Like, bro, kid is 18, 19, and by far his scout at South Carolina, bro, like the kid is so talented because he still did everything that we said we were stopping him to do. Like, I'm just looking at it like, yo, like he knows the game. You feel me? Like, so you can't take away a kid's weaknesses and try to say, nah, it doesn't work like that. So in today's age, bro, you just gotta go with what you can go with because a lot of these dudes be feeling entitled, and it shouldn't be that way, bro. Like, you just gotta keep the why. Like, don't let the bag and the other stuff get into the, you feel me, into the equation. So that's really where that's gonna go. But I still think good overall draft though. So that's a great draft.
I have a question for you because I know you got a busy week coming up soon. NBA Summer League, man. What you want to get out of it? What you want to show that you can do? Your improvements. Speak on it.
So for me, I mean, this summer, it's just been a lot of reps and a lot of conditioning. Like, I'm a 94 feet type of dude, so you feel me? Like, that's just one thing I've been disciplined on all summer, and I'm actually proud of myself for that. It's just like staying true to myself and staying on that same work ethic I was on when I left Detroit. You know, because when I got there, like it took me to a different, like it took my confidence to a different level. Like once I walked through that building, once I got in the door, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like a couple months ago, like I was at home, you feel me? I was at home training for a while, so my agent called me and told me to pull up, and I was going, so that took my confidence to another level. And from there, I was just like, yo, like you got here, you got to stay here, you got to work for more. Like we can't get complacent, we won't get complacent. So for me, when I left in April, I've been working since I got home, and I just been staying true to that. You feel me? And I lost some relationships for that. You feel me? Some friends, some homies. But hey, bro, like I tell you, just because me coming home, when I come home, that's not me resting. This is a job. Like this is my job. Like while I'm here, I'm working. You know, so you can never take a break. Like if this is your job, you got to stay with it. You got to stay consistent and be who you are. Because that moment you slip, your job can be replaced. So I ain't got time for that. But for me, it's just feel me. Proving that I've taken my shape to a different level. You know, I've been training myself. I've been running at least 5 to 6 miles, like literally daily. So on top of that, I ain't been lifting. I've been cutting down on eating, like you feel me, like bad habits and stuff like that. And you feel me, just being me, you know, just seeing the ball going. You feel me, just making sure I am who I am. You feel me, each and every day. So and staying humble with it because I know it could be taken at any moment. So
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For sure, man.
I got a question too. I was gonna ask, what's like the biggest difference that you've seen so far from college to like league, G League, kind of like what's the biggest difference in the game?
Well, in the game, I would say like the spacing on the court because it's unlimited space, and it's like you got 24 seconds, so the shot clock is obviously shorter. But at the end of the day, like you gotta understand, the big man can't stay in the paint at all. Like this ain't college, this ain't high school. So bigs can't stay in the paint. The bigs got a guard. On top of that, you feel me? And you get an unlimited amount of free time. You feel me? It isn't a problem, but you feel me? It's different because going from college to, you feel me? This is like, bro, like I'm used to going to practice, going to weights, going to study hall, coming back to the room, having an hour to nap. Like, nah, bro, like you come in for an hour and a half, get your work done, get your treatment, and you're gone. Like that's how it is. And it's like you barely practice because you know you travel and you play so much, but on top of that, it's a lot of unlimited free time. So yeah, that from college to that, I can tell like that's a crazy difference. So most definitely.
What do you think was the hardest adjustment for you going from college to the G?
realizing I don't have to play robotic, it was just like, cause in college we all got to play within the system, but it's only a certain amount of freelance, or you feel me, a certain amount of leverage you can only get certain games, certain times. You know how that is, but when you get it, when you feel me in the G, and plus I see my homies in the league, like they even explain it, like, bro, like you just hoop, like it's no stipulations on nothing. You're not limited on no mid ranges. You feel me? Dribble three, you're not limited on anything. Like you just got to go out there and do what you do. You're a pro. So at this point, you're doing what you've been trained to do all your life, bro. Like go out here and hoop, play basketball, but you got to play it the right way within the system. But within the system, in the G and in the A sense, it's like the plays we run is basically continuity. It's a continuation system like that mostly everybody runs. Warriors, Dallas, Lakers. It's more so hit and chase, ball screens, stagger screens, single pin downs, like. It's nothing crazy. Like the game isn't. You feel me? You can't make the game too difficult. The game is easy. Like it's literally easy, but you just can't make it too difficult. So it's all good.
So I had just think about it now. With athletes, high school athletes that are trying to get recruited, you think AAU helped you out the most, or like camps? Like how do you think they should approach it?
All right, I'm gonna say this again. This is my opinion. So. For me, in this day and age, I would say AAU helps, but at the end of the day, if you don't have the right support and people around you at this point, and I'm not more so saying agent-wise, but like just the right people with the right connections around you, it'll be tough. But at the same time, if you're on the right team, y'all going to the right tournaments, you getting the right exposure, you'll be okay. You feel me? But it's got to be a reason as to why, you feel me, you're different than all the rest of these dudes, because like I say, like, coaches ain't really recruiting high school cats like that no more. Like it's transfer portal, it's JUCO, so like the ball game different, brother. And you feel me? You still got Europeans they going to get to. Like it's a lot that play into it. So for the high school kids coming up, that I would just work, bro. Like all them offers, all that don't matter. Like put that shit to the side because you got more you working for, bro. Like first you want your education paid for 110%, but at the end of the day, bro, getting to college for free is always an objective, but if you can take a different route and do that, you can do that. You feel me? Just don't get so settled into the high major D1s being the reason you want to hit the college. You feel me? D2s, D3s, NAIAs, JUCOs. You can still go get the pros just by taking, you feel me, the different route. You feel me? You just got to do what's best for you. And you feel me? Don't get advice from somebody that don't want the best for you, bro. Do what you want to do at the end of the day and what your heart desires you to do, bro. For real.
Nah, that's a fact,
a lot of dudes messing up these high school kids, bro. I'm seeing it happen, bro. I'm seeing it happen, bro.
Yeah.
So,
and that's a fact just from my perspective too. To get under that, man, like with recruitment, I had plenty of smaller schools that I could have went to, but I was thinking big, like want to be in the limelight. So I tried to do the South Carolina, but they wasn't offering me like they weren't showing me the same interest as the small schools where I could have went and really like develop my skill and stuff like that. But instead I wanted to go to a bigger school where I had to sit behind 4 stars, 5 stars. So it's like, man, go somewhere where you can develop. You can always work your way up. Like you got time for that. You don't have to go out of high school to no D1. Like I promise, I done seen it on multiple occasions. So I'm glad you said that.
Bro. That's facts.
Gotta go where you celebrate it, man.
Say it again.
I see you gotta go where you celebrate it. Like you said, it's different paths. So like the people that rock with you from the jump, that's who really gonna rock with you. But then if you do what you gotta do there, you're just gonna keep going up level by level.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Go where they want you. Now go where they need you, not where they want you. Put it like that, cause they can want you in a lot of places, bro. But hey, I'm telling you, that place you need it, boy, you'll miss it.
Yeah.
You'll miss it. You'll miss it.
Hey, I got a question, man. Who the best player in the league right now? Let me hear.
Shea.
Okay. He took over Jokic in the top spot.
Yeah, they doing the same thing. They both getting triple doubles. They both, you feel me, going for 40. They both doing the same thing. I always say this: if you were to switch them on teams, would the team still be what the teams would be? Like,
Okay. I like that.
you feel me? So, but nah, Shea, of course, though, like Shea, he's showing that the mid range is back. You He's
Oh,
showing
yeah.
that he can lead a young team because nobody on that team is over 26, I don't think, or 27, one or the other. Like, you gotta understand, bro. He just played with some 3 and 4 year dudes that ain't been in the league for, you feel me, but so long, and some 2 year dudes too, like Jalen Williams and all those guys. Dylan Jones, shout out to Dylan. Dylan just got that ring too. Like, Shea is different, man. Shea different. Shea different.
Yeah, he
Going to
got that
that.
kind of
Oh,
old
go ahead.
school game.
Yeah, and that's what I like about it. Like, you feel me? That mid range looks so good. Like, you feel me? That in between, that's where you can get paid. You know, they try to take that out in college. Like, I was telling my guy yesterday, I was like, yo, like, when I was at South Carolina, my first 2 years, I didn't hear anybody say anything about shooting the ball. That was the best years I've had in my life, like, on the basketball court, because I give Frank that. Frank literally, he tells you, like, you go out there and hoop, as long as you play defense, you'll stay on the floor. And that was the year I literally was so locked, like, everything felt good. My 2-level game, my 3-level game felt good. And it's just like when I left from South Carolina and went to Murray, you know, that's when I had to play a role. So I couldn't really, and Jalen, you know, like, I couldn't really run the point guard. Like, I'm running the 2, I'm running back up. Like, I'm uncomfortable, but I'm making a way out of no way.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess from, you feel me, people see my game from that Murray State and on, you feel me, up until this point and think, oh, this is all you're going to do. But now, like, it's really more to my game, but it's about timing and place, and, you feel me, knowing situations, especially playing under, you know, certain systems and whoever's coaching me. So that's really all that is. But it's about to be a great summer, though, no doubt.
For sure. To go back to that NBA real quick, man, we on one of our early pods, we was talking about this. Do you think LeBron is still a top 10 player in the league? Because there's this ringer list, and depending on what you say, I'm just tell you the guys that they got ahead of him. They got him at 12.
But listen. I'm gonna give you my point of view first before you even say it. Because
Okay.
I was gonna tell you don't even say it. Because for him being 12 is biased. Whoever made that. But go ahead with your list, though. Go ahead with your
Okay,
list.
so right now they got, all right, the top 3, okay, you got Shea, Giannis, Jokic. But the ones that I'm looking at is between 7 through 10, yeah. So you got 7, Tyrese Halliburton, 8, Donovan Mitchell, 9, Jalen Brunson, 10, Jason Tatum, 11, Victor Wembanyama.
Brian
Curry
is
at
12.
5 too. Curry at 5.
Brian is 12.
Bron is 12, man. That's what the Ringers had him at.
Who they got in front of Curry?
They got Luka. I think Bron and Curry contribute about the same. Like, ain't no way Curry's still up there. They gonna do Bron like that, dog.
Are they talking this season or just now in life?
They just saying like right now. It said right now, top 25 NBA players. I'm looking at the list. Bron sitting right there at 12.
You know what? I can't be mad at that list. But Brian not being in that top 10 is crazy because you can't put Jalen Brunson before him. I'm sorry. Because you just can't. You can't put Jalen Brunson there. But Jalen Brunson is a winner, though, so I get that. But we talking about Brian.
Disrespect. D. Mitchell right there too ahead.
We talking about Brian. Nah, I don't like that list, brother. I don't like that list, brother.
For
But
sure,
you know,
that's
this
one.
world, man, it's opinion based, man. You know, it's a lot of dudes that get behind them
For sure.
devices, man.
Everybody got a voice
They
now.
be talking about. It be a lot of them, but they don't be knowing they be talking about on them blogs, bro. But Brian not top 10. As of right now, I'd say he couldn't be top 10 because, you know, Brian was hurt last season. And if Luka ain't come last year, 9 times out of 10, they wouldn't have got as far as they did because I believe AD was hurt before he went to Dallas, right?
He was hurt.
He was just not coming
hurt.
back, yeah, and then he got hurt again, like first
Got
game
hurt
playing.
again. That's what I'm saying, bro. So, you feel me? Brian not being top 10 right now, that's not biased at all, you feel me? But it levels to it. If Brian got on the court with them 10, 12 dudes, he going to be the best dude on that court.
Come on, man.
You know?
Not 12 for sure.
Yo, Jay, hey, you got any more questions?
I was just
Y'all
gonna
got
go back.
anything else? Talk to me.
I
I'm
was just
good.
gonna
I ain't got no. I ain't got
go
nothing.
back to what you said earlier. You said Bron is the second greatest player of all time.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that
for
what I
sure.
heard?
Jordan, definitely number one, bro.
Okay.
When you sit down and
Hey,
break down Jordan, when you break down Jordan tapes, bro, like I just want you to like, when you break it down, just look at everybody else on the court with him. Like it's gonna separate, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That's
You know they.
no cap. This is no cap. Remember when we talked about the high school game earlier?
yeah.
This ain't no cap, and my homies can vouch for this. They see this, they better say something about this. So them boys know I was watching. I was watching the Jordan had I think it was 63 playing. It wasn't Utah. Oh my goodness, may have been the Knicks or something. But remember I told y'all my homeboy broke the rim. When he broke the rim, we had to play the next day. So that whole next day, we was watching nothing but the Jordan tapes. I did nothing again that next day at school. I was just watching the Jordan tapes, and I went and had that. And that was crazy. And my man was like, bro, do you realize what you was doing before the game? I was like, what? What happened? You feel me? After the game, like, you feel me? You know everybody hitting you up. You just had 60, but I'm high. I'm crying. But my homie was like, bro, you was dead ass, like, literally just watching Jordan 63-point game earlier. Do you realize that?
No,
We
that's
had one of the
fire.
moments.
I'm like,
That's
yo,
what's
like,
up.
that was crazy. That was crazy. I had to share that. Yeah, that's crazy, though. That's crazy. But yeah,
You,
Jordan definitely number one in my book, for sure. Greatest of all
you know
time.
they love to say what people say now is just like the talent level difference though. They say this era got more talented players, so they don't think it'll be the same Jordan though.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, because Brian got to put that ball down soon. That's what everybody ain't realizing. So when Brian put that ball down, it ain't finna be no more guard talk. Like it's finna be them bigs, them fours and them fives, them Wendy's. This big boy right here stay healthy. Him, bro. Like it's finna be them fives, bro. You got Derek Queen coming out here too. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. The bigs is starting to take over because we starting to see a lot of footers and we starting to see a lot more unusual activity from these bigs, bro. Like that's real talk. They already, you feel me, coming down court hitting the trail threes and jabbing and doing all that. Like next thing you know, they about to be 6'8" PGs, like literally, like for real.
Yeah.
Like them LaMelo Balls of the world, them dudes like that stay healthy, bro. The league is in great hands, for sure.
Yo, Trey, man, I got one more question for you.
So,
So we talking about film. Who are some guys that you like watching to like add more to your game? Like any guys that you like play like you think?
lately, yesterday and before I got here, I've been watching a lot of Gilbert Arenas, and it was more so.
Yeah.
It's more so like for his pace, like the way he like paced. You know, he was a solid PG. Like he was a scorer, but he got to his spots. You feel me? Like within the game, and he was never rushed. So for me, I'm watching him. I'm watching a lot of. Oh my gosh, this was a throwback. I was watching this dude the other day. What's his name? He was on the Bulls. Harper. Harper played
Oh,
defense.
Ron Harper?
I don't think folks really know. Like Harper was a dog. Like before he had that knee, you feel me? He got her with that knee situation. Like he was actually fired. So I'm in there watching Harper. You know, he got Jordan playing beside him. So you know, I got to glaze Jordan. But at the same time, it's just like, bro, like. It's like, bro, like Jordan had some dogs. Like it was really some dogs back then in the 80s and 90s. Like, you feel me? Like that was the grit era. You feel me? And I think I try to. It ain't no think. Well, I try to translate, take some of my game. You feel me? And just in their game and pace it. Cause back then, all that hand checking, they ain't calling that. Like you feel me? They playing real hard nosed defense, and that's just basically what the league's getting back into now. Cause feel me? After experiencing these 3 months in Detroit. Man, they let a lot of stuff caught. Like they let a lot fly, like foul call wise. So, like all them little ticky tack fouls, the little handshakes. You feel me? That's dead. Like they ain't calling that. You feel me? So that's another thing that I had to adjust to too. Like just knowing, like there's a lot of like little rules and little slick things you can do on the court just to get that extra call, just to get that that extra jump instead of just settling. You know, like it's a lot of stuff you can break in that G. Because in the G League, you gotta think free throws is 1 for 2. You make one, you get 2. You get fouled on a 3-pointer, it's 1 for 3. So yeah, I know y'all probably ain't know that, but That's
Yeah,
why,
all the
like, a
games,
bunch of
yeah.
these dudes be having consistent 40 balls, 50 balls.
I
Like,
be noticing that, yeah.
it adds up, bro. So, you feel me? Like, it's a lot for me to learn because I'm getting there, bro. Like, I'm getting there. I'm like, bro, like, how is these points adding up like this? Because you see dudes' points go from 13 to 15 after a free throw. I'm like, what? And then it's only 3 guys that can be in the free throw box when you shoot free throws. It's no longer 4. That's something I got in the box like a rookie. They was like, "Hey, bro, get out, get out." I'm like, yo, like I don't know none of these rules yet, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot that play into it, though, man. For sure, for
Nah,
sure.
Do
I
you
do
think
got
that
one.
benefits your game though? Oh, go ahead. I was
No, go
gonna ask
ahead.
you.
Go
You
ahead,
you
bro.
saying you were saying like with the hand checking and stuff like that. Do you think that stuff like benefits your game being like you want to bring that physicality, that 94 feet? Like, is that something that you look to take advantage of?
Oh, for sure. Like, cause it's on some like in the game. Of course, like we score. Like coach even telling me he really don't even have to tell me. I'm gonna go ahead and go 94. Feel me? I'm gonna go three
Yeah.
quarter, so just pick up. But once they cross that half, oh, you can have your hand like on his hip. Like you feel me? You can put your hand there.
Yeah.
They not saying nothing to you. So like for me, okay, cool. He cross half, I'm gonna put my hand there. Cause especially like I'm guarding PGs at 6'6", 6'7", you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So like they hate that. Like you feel me, having a hand there, they not gonna rock with that. So
Yeah.
and the ref's gonna communicate with you too. Like that's another thing about up here. Like refs don't sugarcoat it because the coaches be saying some of the most craziest stuff to the refs, bro. Like you're not gonna give him a tech for that. Like there's just a lot that you see. You just like, damn, bro. Like this really the pros. So, but nah, though, man. That's really it though.
For sure, bro.
I got one more question for you before we get out of here, man. Just
Talk to me.
even if they didn't offer you or did offer you, was there like growing up a dream school that you would have went to? Was it always South Carolina, or was there a school that if they offered you, you committing ASAP?
You could say it one more time. He stepped out here. Should
Oh
have
no,
told
you
me to come
good.
to the camera.
I was just
What's
saying, was
it?
there like when you were growing up, was there like a dream school like besides South Carolina? Like if this school offers me, I'm going there ASAP.
Clemson. You heard it from me first. Like
Oh.
I was there. Yeah, bro. I was there. They played Duke. They played Trayvon Duval. Who else was on that team?
Tree.
Grayson Allen was on that team. I went to because
Come on,
I went
Dad.
on like 3 visits to Clemson, bro. So and I think it was my second visit because me and Christian Brown was there at the same time, and like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
kind of just talked about it, like fiddled around about it. But now I think I may have went to South Carolina the week after that, and that's when they threw the offer when me and my family went up there.
yeah.
And I think I went back to Clemson one more time after that, and they didn't throw that offer. And that's when they kind of solidified it, like, all right, y'all playing. So I was like, we just gonna go ahead and do what we gotta do. And you feel me? Looking at it, you feel me? As I say, bro, everything happened for a reason. But if we go back in time and look at them situations, bro, oh yeah, for sure, things would have been different. I would have been in that ACC for sure.
For sure. Maybe wearing a different color would have been better though. Maybe some light blue. In the
You
ACC.
telling me it's a night food? Nah, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it because that's crazy. Because it was either Clemson and Wake Forest were the ones. Like they were literally the ones. I went to the Duke game. I almost tried to go to every Duke game. Every Duke game I tried to attend every one of them.
Yeah,
So I was like, yo, because I knew we know Duke's the best team. You feel me? Back then was basically the best team in college. Like. So
yeah.
I was going to, you feel me, the colleges that was recruiting me. I was trying to go to every one of them games to see how they was going to, you feel me, play.
All right.
And yeah, man, Clemson didn't throw it, so they didn't throw the offer. So hey, we took what we could and went with it.
All right.
So
All right,
I'm good.
man. We with Mr. Trae Hannibal. Appreciate you pulling up on us again, big dog.
Oh, yeah.
This the Real
Bro.
Camden podcast. It's been real.